He wanted the perfect Christmas, the brightest lights, the tallest tree, the happiest family.
All over your sweater, Clark.
All Clark wants is a quiet, old-fashioned Christmas.
But behind every forced smile and every disaster he tried to hide, something stranger was happening. A man slowly losing control while desperately pretending everything was fine. From exploding trees to wild animals in the house, from shattered expectations to the truth he never wanted to face, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation hides far more emotional chaos than most viewers ever notice. Today, we're uncovering 14 strange facts you never knew, details that completely change how you see this holiday classic. If you enjoy deep dives like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and now let's jump straight into part 1.
Or more down to earth.
Part 1. The strange truth behind the everything's fine smile. From the early scenes, that familiar face always tries to hold a gentle smile. The kind of smile of someone who believes that, with enough effort, Christmas will be perfect. But if you look closely, every time something slips out of plan, the tree is too big, the lights don't work, relatives are too loud, the eyes twitch slightly, the jaw tightens before the smile returns. It's not just a comedy reaction, it's a defense mechanism. When reality doesn't match the dream, the smile is used to hide the panic. The callback to this truth repeats throughout the film. The more chaos there is, the more often that everything's fine smile appears. Like a mask that's cracking, but its owner keeps trying to tape it back together. Part 2. The strange truth about the obsession with a perfect Christmas. This man doesn't just want to hang a few lights and decorate the house. He's chasing an almost mythical version of Christmas. The tallest tree, the brightest lights, the fullest gathering. Behind every over-the-top decision is a hidden fear. If this Christmas isn't special, does that mean he's failed as the head of the family? Every time he accidentally causes a disaster, damaging the roof, nearly starting a fire, making the neighbors miserable, he pushes the plan even further instead of stopping. The callback is a familiar pattern. The more things spiral into chaos, the more layers of perfection he piles on top. Part 3. The strange truth about treating his house like a stage to prove his worth. Every bulb on the roof isn't just decoration. It's evidence he's presenting to the world. Proof that his family knows how to do Christmas right. In his mind, the house becomes a stage, and the neighbors and relatives are the audience that must be impressed. That's why he ignores the cold, ignores danger, and covers the entire place in lights so bright they blind the whole neighborhood. The strange part is, the more he tries to prove he's in control, the more his clumsiness shows. Slipping, falling, getting stuck. The callback shows up in every fall. His body struggling on the roof mirrors how he's struggling inside his role as the man who has to make everything perfect. Part 4. The strange truth about his habit of denying reality. When the tree is too big for the living room, when random critters show up, when everyone is clearly annoyed, the first reaction is always, "It's fine, no big deal." In his mind, if he admits things are going badly, the entire dream of Christmas collapses, and he has to face the feeling of failure. So he chooses constant denial. What's interesting is that every time he denies reality, his next action becomes even more extreme, like overcompensation. The callback is the chain of no big deal moments, repeated again and again, each one followed by bigger consequences, until it's impossible to hide anything anymore. Part 5. The strange truth about using gifts to buy back a sense of security. To him, the year-end bonus isn't just a check. It's the foundation of his plan for the swimming pool, for the future, for his image as a generous husband and father. All hopes are pinned to that envelope. When he opens it and finds nothing but a cheap membership instead, the shock isn't just financial, it's a direct blow to his ego. He's already promised, already imagined, already painted a bright picture for the whole family. And it turns out everything was built on an assumption he never actually confirmed. The callback lies in every earlier moment he confidently mentions the bonus with sparkling eyes, a promise he made to himself that he never had the right to guarantee. Part 6. The strange truth about his anger explosion as a ritual of release. At a certain point, all the forced smiles and "it's fine" reassurances stop working. When the truth about the bonus comes out, the anger explodes into a long, bitter monologue full of frustration. What's strange is that this fury isn't just aimed at his stingy boss. It's also a late confession. All those years he silently endured, pretending to be cheerful to keep the peace. For the first time, his inner life spills out in words he's been holding back. The callback is every earlier moment when he almost lost it but swallowed it down with a smile. Now the lid is blown off, and the audience finally sees how much pressure he's been dumping on himself. Part 7. The strange truth about always needing a villain to blame. When everything falls apart, his mind automatically looks for one concrete target to blame. The greedy boss becomes the perfect symbol of everything unfair, ungrateful, and phony about adult life. In the moment, he says, "I wish he was here to see this." There's a childish wish hiding inside a grown man's body. When that wish kind of comes true in a twisted way, his inner world is thrown into confusion. A mix of satisfaction and fear. Fear of breaking the law, of going too far. The callback appears in the repeated pattern. Whenever he can't stand himself, he needs a bad guy image to pour all his anger into, just to avoid looking at his own share of responsibility. Part 8. The strange truth about family. Acting as a mirror for his deepest insecurities. Everyone in the house, from his wife and kids to the extended family, constantly reflects his excesses back at him. Tired looks, gentle warnings, small sighs of frustration. Each of these responses is heard on two levels inside him. On the surface, it's annoying, but deeper down, it feels threatening, as if they're saying he's not good enough, not capable enough. Instead of listening, he usually responds with a forced smile, a deflecting comment, then throws himself into the next big project. The callback is the familiar pattern. Every "you don't have to go this far" from others ends up inspiring an even more over-the-top plan, as if he's desperate to prove they're wrong to doubt him. Part 9. The strange truth about repeatedly risking danger just to protect his image. Climbing the slippery roof, standing in a jungle of tangled wires, plugging in more cords and more outlets, it all happens under one mindset. I can't stop now. If I stop, I lose. In his head, physical danger is always lighter than the risk of losing face. So he keeps going, ignoring the possibilities of falling, getting shocked, or burning the house down. What most viewers don't notice is that after each near disaster, there's a fleeting moment, very quick, when his eyes show that he knows he almost lost everything over something ridiculous. But then the callback drags him back into the same pattern. Instead of learning from it, he laughs it off and pushes the spectacle even further. Part 10. The strange truth about clinging to childhood memories as an escape. In those rare, quiet moments, his eyes drift off when he talks about the Christmases of his childhood, when everything was simpler but still warm and magical. In his mind, that's the golden standard present-day Christmas must live up to. And then he multiplies it many times over, thinking it has to be even better now. In reality, he's not just chasing joy for his wife and kids. He's chasing a way back to how he once felt, protected, inside a small, safe world. The callback to this truth hides in every attempt to create magic. The more he tries to recreate those memories, the more he pushes the present into impossible situations. Part 11. The strange truth about always believing this time will be different. After each disaster, broken windows, burnt trees, ruined dinners, his inner voice still repeats a stubborn belief. It's okay. This time, it'll work. That belief isn't based on any real change in his behavior. It's just self-hypnosis so he can keep going. This creates a loop. Plan. Failure. Self-reassurance. New plan that's even riskier. The callback lives in that same self-pep talk, repeated again and again, even when the evidence shows that next time usually goes worse than the last. It's the strange logic of someone who refuses to recognize limits, even after they've slammed into him over and over. Part 12. The strange truth about external chaos reflecting inner chaos. From a distance, the crowded house, The unwanted animals, the arguments, the breaking dishes look like a wild physical comedy painting. But if you piece these fragments together, they're an exact copy of his inner state. Ideas piled on top of ideas, wants piled on top of wants, expectations piled on top of expectations, until there's no way out. The physical chaos is just an exaggerated version of the mental chaos. The callback appears every time a new accident happens. It's not random. It's the inevitable result of stuffing too much ambition into a holiday that should have been simple. Part 13. The strange truth about the moment he accepts: no one is perfect. When everything truly hits rock bottom, the boss dragged into the house, the police rushing in, relatives freaking out, there is a very short moment where his inner self lets go. Not giving up, but accepting. There will never be a Christmas exactly like he imagined. And it doesn't have to be. His gaze finally shifts, not to check if everything looks right yet, but just to see if the people he loves are still there. The callback here is his smile afterward. It's the same smile, but this time it's less strained, less forced, as if he's finally learned that he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. Part 14. The strange truth about a happy ending that isn't actually tidy. When the Christmas lights finally shine, literally and metaphorically, and everyone stands together under the night sky, it looks like a perfectly wrapped ending. But if you look again, nothing is truly resolved neatly. The boss is still a stingy man, the relatives are still exhausting, the house is still wrecked, and all the recent disasters still have consequences. What really changed is his perspective. From wanting to control everything, he's down to one simple need: keep the ones who matter close. The final callback of the whole story is the chain of mistakes, accidents, and blow-ups that came before. All of them pushed him to finally drop the mask of the all-powerful grown-up and go back to being a very ordinary human being, allowed to fail, allowed to be tired, but still choosing to stand there in the middle of a chaotic, messy, warm Christmas.